An explosive second trailer of the much-anticipated Harry and Meghan Netflix series has dropped this morning. The clip shows never-before-seen footage of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, and it appears to offer more insight into their decision to step back from royal life.
The first 3 episodes of the docu-series will debut on Thursday, with the final 3 episodes to be released the following week. Joining us now is Sunrise Royal editor Rob Jobson. Jobbo, good morning to you. The reaction over all of this, what's it been like in the UK? Because even here in Australia, of course, it doesn't come without scandal.
No, we haven't seen the documentary yet, so we can't really judge the book by its cover. But the trailer, there's going to be a big row going in tomorrow with some of these photographs used to show intrusion of the media are actually nothing to do with Meghan and Harry, and where they are, they're a distortion of the truth. I mean, there's photographs taken from accredited media outside a Harry Potter movie claimed to be photographers aiming at them, and there's one that I know of because I was one of the 3 reporters inside Archbishop Tutu's house when there's a picture of them walking along with the baby. But we were standing next to the press officer who'd accredited us there and cleared it with Harry and Meghan. So, you know, the camera does lie if it's put in a narrative that's not true. And I think that, in all honesty, the narrative they're trying to get over there is a similar one to what happened to Princess Diana, and certainly the world has changed since then, and certainly the British media has changed since then through all the sorts of quite right restrictions in what they can do.
Yeah, so I've seen people hit back at you and other journalists online this morning, Jobbo, and you would have seen it too, saying, well, it doesn't really matter because it's the vibe they are trying to portray, that they were followed and they were attacked, and it doesn't matter if the exact footage isn't right. What do you say back to that?
Well, it really does matter that. You can't use you say you were hounded by the media and using photographs of photographers outside a red carpet for a premiere and say they were there for you. It's a blatant lie. And the other thing is that's quite important is I know when we were covering the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, they had police officers with them. There was none of the training that was going on under the days of Diana because it simply wouldn't be allowed. And so to say that they had the same issues, maybe Harry had it in his mind, but it certainly didn't happen in reality. And I'm not the only one saying that. Other people were there at the time. Look, you know, if you have got footage of what was going on, then use the footage, but don't use things that are completely trying to portray something that isn't true. The reality is this is supposed to be a documentary now. Documentaries, not just some interview. The level of responsibility in getting it right on Netflix should be higher than what it is. You cannot just because it doesn't suit your narrative, you can't just put in things, photographs that are simply nothing to do with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Really interesting. What is Buckingham Palace's response going to be like to this? Because we know that the Queen was always measured in scandals like this in her response. What about King Charles? Will he get on the front foot?
Very difficult for Charles. He loves his son, he loves both his sons, and this is very difficult. It's early in his reign. Look, I think they're probably pretty weary, not worried about it, just weary of the constant moaning about them. The fact is that they've tried to do their very best. You know, Britain's not in the greatest shape at the moment. There's people we've officially hit a recession. We've got people going to food banks just before Christmas. The last thing they want is a couple of millionaires whinging about their lot, living in a big house in LA and moaning about how difficult their lives are. It's not going down too well, and I don't think the palace will respond to it because they don't want to get involved in a tit-for-tat argument. That would be stupid. But I do believe that if there are things that are gross exaggerations or gross misrepresentations of the truth, they may well have to come out and say that that isn't the truth. All I can say to you is, the one instance I've seen that I was involved in, it's simply not true.
Yeah, and you were there, so there you go. And there are cameramen all around the world this morning disputing exactly what is in that, and Harry's sitting there saying, we'll tell you the truth, so that's a problem. Thank you, Jobbo. We appreciate your time this morning.